Osia me mamunya na kwa about tips and just YouTube. Me streaming ewo YouTube, ebi nso eko Facebook and afi nso Twitter for eka se TikTok for ewo ha se ya. Omo nso ehwe me. Ene de metimi anko Twitter. Ai we breaking news nti ama ahopepere nti ama mentimi anjoin Twitter for. Ebusunya yante asem de ene sorry ye. Amanfo tag me ewo TikTok na me say video be na aya amanfo ebobo tips and just amenya notifications sa. Ma me mbonra TikTok na me hwa lecture say ade a Canada buy no ede information be abetuja quickly and I me call IRCC esan say anything about visa IRCC and I'll be no na me tie no me hu ye no na me hu say okay then those videos no well confirmed abusua enti ma me so me bora YouTube e ko hwe videos ni bia me no ebe share information na abetuja and say Canada buy no onim say quite recently me be video bi na was say opesenka a student visa no kra otwitwa so kakra na because you see no housing you can say housing aye a bit a problem our Canada even student mo be back Canada 2024 na or maintenance bank statement near that they were increase ko 20,000 first na 10,000 so kaisa issue na me be kan ho asem na me kan niam bebre say wan hwe ya 2024 ade aban no obetete study permit ne so se me ka so obete so a se first na ni pattern na na wode study permit ne be mo mo amomotima koram Canada ade obetumi ate so aba be 5 pe na ebusuya enrada 22nd asema Marc Miller when Marc Miller ono na ye immigration minister e Canada asema wode abetudwa ene say or the 3 key points or say ono de nigidie mu no ade a ebeboa international applicants enkrofo mo ba besua de Canada sa no no ekre but yenso a ye wa bibire mu ne de ye de enim say school no ye bekọ de but Canada na na ye paako nti wo ya ade bi na se beboa ye na se enya de betumi ama ye nyina yetimi ewura Canada ye de hu ne say moaye what you say but ono de hu ne say entotoye bi a aban na de egu akwem se de be ya ebeboa omo ba Canada abusua de kan ene say student study permit student visa ye de ma omom kosua de Canada kan study permit o say what to say who ade a o statistics 2022 kra no enkrofo itimi ewremu with that no na edoso papa ye statistics bi a me kohwe ye kra de na enya asem ketwa ne nyina me de ubebo ewremu wo ho ade also o reduce to 360,000 study permits. It is enipa 500,000 and na ekomu 2023 2024 enipa 360,000 per ene betumi akọ school. Busunya enya asem ketwa na chese 2024 September monsheding because it's January 4 apply visa area September intake and na omo target nti eya na machine nso ewo ho chese visa refusals bebre ebekoso ye bekwa video no na ye bebo erem kese abusunya de atoso mienu o se postgraduate work permit oko school area ye de ma ultimate na ho adwuma eno nso oka ho asem say ya ade a watwetwam na enye obia na watwam schools ni bi wo ha enye ade a wobetumi wo de sai school no ko Canada enye ade a obenya bi ni nyina ye betie na ye temu nkyeremu nso ena afei nso spouse open work permit a ye de ma spouse senka wo college wo university wo undergraduate no ni adade ni nyina no eno so o changes bi abem watwam for enkrofo ena ebi mu de ade o mo nso ebetumi e de rem Canada eti eno nso ye bedi ho enkomo quickly mama yenkohwe the first video na odin komo about student reducing the study permit for international students mama yenhwe sa video nimra na ye ba me de aka nyina ebeta mochi.
I am announcing 3 principal measures. 1, a temporary 2-year cap on new international student permits. It is the latest in a series of measures to improve program integrity and set international students up for the success in order to maintain a sustainable level of temporary residence in Canada as well. To ensure that there is no further growth in the number of international students in Canada for 2024, we are setting a national application intake cap for a period of 2 years. For 2024, the cap is expected to result in approximately 364,000 approved study permits, a decrease of 35% from 2023. We'll continue to work closely with those provinces and territories to put these measures into place, as they will be responsible for determining how the cap is distributed between its designated learning institutions that they have jurisdiction over. In addition, effective immediately, applicants must provide a provincial attestation with their study permit application. At the same time, the cap will not apply to students in graduate levels of studies, including master's and doctoral students. Those are the people we're looking for. Study permit applications at the elementary and secondary school levels will also be exempt.
Ebusuya se mutie bia eya asem a Marc Miller ababeyi atum. Na asem a Marc Miller aka nyina ene se reducing the study permit. Na oyi point be was no growth in international student. You can no growth for nature say ohwe statistics a mekoye research no from 2015 ebe nyina ebesi 2023 eya every year bia nkrofo timi wram Canada omodoso me fa say last year nipa 100,000 ekoya ubon say the next year no na shoot to call 150,000 kwa na ekosro eti eno no was no growth eya omo si ho kwa because man hwe ya wan hwe na Ghana fo ne alatafo nyina ye nyina efri Ghana kogu Canada na yese ya to Ghana kronim nti eya omo pese omo stop sa growth no na eno na was statistics no last year 2023 nkrofo timi wram Canada no or reduce by 35%. Let's say 2024 nkrofo bit menya study permit 364,000 people and I able to me the study permit at me a Canada. Now me person osha statistics be nkrofo a etumi enya study permit even 2022 na yako IRCC ne hwe ne bi na odisua de said be ya application de minim se mo bebre mo de applications admissions bebre mo benya said be ya mo ye mo student visa na mo benya good reason because esiano sebe went me improve ya ono a opek ade ne kro opek and reduce that into one man tangible reason a ade onfa emma sa pepepe na mo behu eti IRCC no enie Canada dossier say ye kan on 22nd new release eti ahase ena okaye no say Honourable Marc Miller immigration Minister of Immigration, Refugee and Citizenship announced today government of Canada will set an intake cap on international student permit applications to stabilize new growth for the period of 2 years. Let's just say a 2-year program be a temporary something be omodia toho. Say 2024-2025 eyade omode cap CAP ya cap and just ultra so and as what it so eyade omode cap ato international student permit na so. Also for 2024 the cap is expected approximately 360,000 approved study permit. Let's just say nkrofo bit menya study permit era Canada 2024 360,000 people per omoma kan nyina ye be refuse omo visa. Enya wo fault school ni de wanya bank statement bibia be correct but onya issue e man nkrofo 360 a on to aso biem mu nyina obe refuse mo enti eya na wo study permit na say student visa no why application in term mo master September admission beba College of North Atlantic na no me catch them you can say York University no money ada the more master admission the moment a school ni be ma LOA e obeka say tria initial deposit tria ne fast say Apple craft wo I can say student visa ne tum for study permit application to IRCC nim May June July now saka visa now to September no we because one year in term na or issue visa ma nipa 360,000 that is all cut no ebeko now I know say it will be reduced by 35% from that of 2023 na say 2023 no na omodo so into matter so by 35% resource no 360,000 people ebusuya enye no nkwa no kai but before say me can the last thing no monsha de e wa hasi statistics e wa hasi so we free 2000 bana at the year 2000 enipa 122,000 and call Canada about the year 2001 equal 145,000 2002 158,000 2003 into shoot two na ye free the year even 2015 enipa equal Canada no me 352,000 na kwens kakraka home 2016 and a shoot to call 410,000 and at 2017 a shoot to call 490,000 as a 2018 now call 560,000 2019 and a call 637,000 now 2020 because of COVID-19 a satiba from about 527,000 and at 2021 now COVID-19 jinemu kakra and also a call 617,000 and to me and drew that of 2019 635. Na 2022 issue to kosoro na 800,000 people kwense kure gwachiri enkwa omo ankrofo mutumi di study permit ewremu Canada na nya asem ketwa na ebusia wei enema aban no very you can say worried 2023 may assure say nkrofo kra mo ye omunya refusal for September 2023 no because say no mo pesa o mo teso because 2023 there no enyama ye there but also refusal rate you can say rate now so they reduce by 35% na let say 2023 mo kwai no mo do 800,000 but eno kra no say it is not enough for them. They are still reducing it by 35%. 2024 nkrofo ebetumi erem according to the IRCC baby a wan kasa obakwa kwaje visa no information a ewo ho ekire say nkrofo a ebetumi akọ 360,000 people and September 2024 and I say the year 2024 sorry idea omo betumi erem Canada ebusuya say with the visa atuma bia enkontia enti na me target September 4 no what I say enti na me target September 4 no na moma yenko the next thing and also ebusuya say wo comments bia uwia obetumi eja wo ho na mene wo atwetwe ho nkomo the first one and ayate no say 2024 idea otwitwa student visa so into your application na wahye so ebusuya the second thing mene wo beka ho asem asia no sorry you can say osaka bibi o say mo amobeye application 2024 ade obeji ade be friend of provincial attestation province kra obeko say Ontario say New Brunswick say you can say baby abeko bia ebusuya Newfoundland and other provinces no I was say why apply for school na wie no osa kwaji attestation free provincial you can say a provincial attestation okwaji attestation free sa province ho ansa na with this document no aka ho for your study permit and see that ade amode ba na minim say piloting program and na yes sir omo amekira mo piloting program some be ka bi say after say why apply for adwuma na wie no I was okwaji provincial attestation and as a nomination ansa na with the atoso na wetumi rem permanent resident say say omo de ba school ni so na eno na okaye no owie na was even sa cap ya was what they reduce by enipa 364,000 people be rem Canada and I say approximately 360,000 no ade a postgraduate for enka ho enti okoye masters na wutie tips and just ema we mo nhyew mo nka ho enya ade a omo reduce no obe consider masters for enya ade obe consider PhD it was postgraduate for na for no enya ade amoka sa cap na ho say wutie the last you can say the sentence na or see those people are not amount name mo amokoye undergraduate degree for a certificate for no money mo amokoye diploma na vocational no mo na obe reduce mo pa mo na ode money na nibre nyina ebesua mo so right and also ka bibi say secondary school for any elementary school for enka ho obi beka say na elementary they didn't na me dey abem obi wo ha ne ba wako right when you adwuma akọ ode ne ba you can apply for child study permit ama wo ba okọ no akọ primary school ni ade so ni nyina ka ho study permit na bia eti abusuya o say ho de enya de wo de cap ebeto so eti say wo kan de wo ho no kra na you can see say was steady e wo ho me pese yes abo replay of that audio.
I am announcing 3 attestation with their study permit application. At the same time, the cap will not apply to students in graduate levels of studies, including master's and doctoral students. Those are the people we're looking for. Study permit applications at the elementary and secondary school levels will also be exempt.
It is a motia. I said the cap will not be applied for postgraduate people. Masters and a doctorate. And also I can say the same thing, the cap will not affect secondary and elementary. Naturally, I could colleges and a pay. Omona o reduce ama obekateno by 35%. Ebusuya mama yen shanenso. Mama ye move it to our second agenda. Agenda and it was a point life no entem. The second agenda no postgraduate work permit. Mama yen share video nimra area mechechire mu yie said be obi abeti postgraduate no mpo ase na de entia omusi omutwem. Ehefo na ebe go against them. Mama entie sa audio no.
As of September 1st of this year, postgraduate work permits will no longer be available to public-private institution models. To repeat, as of September 1st of this year, postgraduate work permits will no longer be available to public-private institution models.
From September this year, next is September 2024. Their postgraduate work permit and their student ebenya na oka public private institutions amote ya ehon etwetwema so say na postgraduate utwema private schools nyina watwem no wasa twemo public institutions. And a whole enemy fast. I call the IRCC Canada dossier. I call share breakdown of asema or kind because on one immigration minister on one manage Canada dossier no. Inti me call am question a report, na written report. Me who say why correction. Not just say public schools a DLI ebusuya ade a wodi postgraduate no ubenya bi enti kawakoma eto yem no audio ways and video ways no error bi na ebaye. Me who say TikTokers any YouTubers for afa omanko IRCC omo spread that news. Mesrɛ mo na wose mutumi investigation ansa na waba abonten eti medemo ko IRCC na yakɔhwɛ asɛm a ɔkan na mo behu sɛ international students and as sorry private schools no nkwa na wose or cancel the postgraduate work permit no afiri ɔmo so ebusia enti IRCC no enie sɛ ɔhwɛ ha sɛ ya waka bibi wa ha wose starting September 1st 2024 international students who begin to study program that is part of curriculum licensing arrangement will no longer be eligible for postgraduate work permit upon graduation. Obi be bisa say wanka private, wanka public. Na dey na ye friend no curriculum licensing arrangement. Na eho and odi ato say under the curriculum licensing arrangement and as agreement, students physically attend a private college that is licensed to deliver the curriculum of an associate public college. TNE was say curriculum licensing agreement na quite to say a school for be private school omo program no associated to some public colleges be it omo we are na omo decide na area aban ne say me ba private school but me course na me program na me no associated with some public college be it me so me qualify for postgraduate work permit e ba ne sa na no ma chekere aban ne inside dem egu na chi na aban ne the postgraduate ne den ama wo mo sa de no na wo se o twam yenim say private schools ni bebro how we are postgraduate but na a bit to me the sa ade we say na ade ya me de kran say or say these programs have significant growth in attracting international students in recent years, though they have less oversight than public colleges and they act as a loophole with regards to postgraduate work permit eligibility. Asema abayno kanyina and say Sadie we say na ekoso wo Canada ho private schools ni bi ede omo ho akohye public schools no ede omo programs no eye no wa winim sade no ma wo a typical example abra me call Ghana me nursing training school me call Methodist University na Methodist University no nurse na me ye no affiliated to Cape Coast University it me we Methodist University but oje me certificate na Cape Coast University ene da so oje me transcript Cape Coast University ene da so kire say me ko school e wo Cape Coast University but physically a Methodist University ene me ko transi esua me nursing e wo Ghana eti me wie no because say na Methodist University private na omo affiliated to Cape Coast University under that nursing program nti aban ne posting me bi me so mitimi ye adwuma e wo Tetima Holy Family Hospital aban ne posting me wankasa me call private school because program no even though say me ko classroom Methodist University no that's our program no affiliated to Cape Coast University iti aban no ema me kwan ema me so mitimi right into the public sector serving in the nursing asana meba ebi ena ekoso wa Canada enti amanfo the private schools no omuko rem Canada na kire say omo no omakoye programs affiliated to public colleges no na kire say omo wi omatimi nya postgraduate work permit eno ena aban ne sisi atinton tan we twa saa de nemu na moma yenti asem aban no kra esa kan about this private institutions na omo dis adwuma moma yenti de okan
always been the case. It's unacceptable that some private institutions have taken advantage of international students by operating under-resourced campuses.
I say it is unacceptable. Say private institutions have taken this as an advantage over public colleges. Mama yantuaso.
Lacking supports for students and charging high tuition fees, all the while significantly increasing their intake of international students.
We say they have taken advantage like in support of students, but indirectly charging huge school fees and that's tuition fees. What are some abine kind of abine Jonaba so say this private schools no almost decided na dad and crofo say oh your program cry no affiliated to public schools in Toba ubenya postgraduate na omo fa kwan so a charge omo high tuition fees it abine culture say oh back Canada no we need that postgraduate so ade afa public ebra yes, private schools now, or mono ban or na affiliate is affiliation be any. Ubeye be anya de obete ase e de postgraduate na because private schools na fa ho kwan e gigi amanfo sika o ma fa ho kwan e charge high tuition fee enye me na me kan ye Marc Miller mutie bi eye immigration minister of Canada ebusua asem we say asem a e was we de kwadwendwem mu amaye applications to private schools no hwe enema bi e bobo ba wan hwe ya na no na me ka asem see UK ha say wo ba na say wo di school bi ba very difficult say obesesa school Canada ekoso manfo at the private school square no ma kwasesa ko public utri anye ya by September admission by bedu sa obewura September na ebikra March no mo the new ruby aba oh ene de mo de abetum eti de meka chan say isi ya no koye school search January yankosi March omo bia admission atum how enti de manfo katetinsem enye 2024 yeda sorry enra na yenim sasem we beba but ene we na betum one show ya beko kutua initial deposit ama private school bi sa nka kodu Canada besesa na buy ne de mra bi abasisi a oba private school a untumi sesa bi menka say ya de aba but enema ebobo ba because what any speech a dentina aban no Marc Miller beka say private institutions no e de nyansa kwan bi e gigi amanfo sika e charge om huge tuition fees in attempt to say on money colleges no omo yes affiliation programs no what I say na me so ade am de committee me say okay that means private institutions and another universities no colleges no private colleges no school fees na cost private for no enkwa aban no eti ama enkrofo bebre na de omani a kire private na ekotia aban no aban ni nya school fees anything aban no area no so mo tie ade no mu ya because inka wo beko College of North Atlantic na ya aban no de no wo be choose so beko private school because ono no o ma won school fees bia wo Ghana or say oba no atua oma gogogogo omo niam basa bia amanfo tumi fa so wura Canada pa na wo de ko IRCC na ko kan bibi you see no ye wia the last part me de mo be wrem details bia o ka bibi about DLI say no apply visa na sa school no any DLI be din na minim say sa cap na o de beto so reduce no private schools no na omo obenya admission pa ba say obema visa na be din because sebe obi betua school fees public school amana on refuse ne visa emfa visa ne mema wa ko private school na wo akotua school fees na koma private mine no tieniye be na wabumu so say or the cap bi eba obete so about 360,000 people na you see I was say complaining say private schools na charge school fees na ya wan hwe ya okoye private school say wo di korem wan hwe kwa untumi fa korem wan hwe ya untumi fa korem say when tia moma yensantie sa video ni biem na monsante ni ye.
Not always been the case. It's unacceptable that some private institutions have taken advantage of international students by operating under-resourced campuses, lacking supports for students, and charging high tuition fees, all the while significantly increasing their intake of international students.
Yo, Ochiame enim asem ka osena na wasumwa mutibi. Nti say they pretend to support international students, but not much charge high tuition fees. Ade Marc Miller betum. Ebusia eno be na wote enti postgraduate say what is a content creator bi aka asem say see ano ye twitwa postgraduate mu a private institutions nko ade a wo the public ye kan say ekwa ade a wo wie school a obetumi atena ho aye adwuma ema we ye mo nhye woda chips and gist always I'll give you the correct update. Your last thing I better tackle open work permit ebusia or the spouse and also was say watwam anase ontwam mu na empo watwam a ehemfo na watwam moma yenkoshe video ne mra area metro open work permit ade a etumi ede ye ene the consequences sesi na watwam no the consequences.
Thirdly, in the coming weeks we'll be announcing that open work permits will only be allowed and be available to spouses of international students enrolled in master's and doctoral programs, as well as professional programs such as medicine and law. Spouses of international students enrolled in other levels of study, including undergraduate and college programs, will no longer be eligible. To be clear, the cap will not apply to applicants within Canada looking to extend their studies, as it wouldn't be fair to prevent someone from finishing the program, nor will the cap have an effect on study permit holders currently in Canada. These temporary measures will be in place for 2 years, and the number of new study permit applications that will be accepted in 2025 will be reassessed at the end of this year. To be absolutely clear, these measures are not against individual international students. They are to ensure that as future students arrive in Canada, they receive the quality of education that they signed up for and the hope that they were provided in their home countries. It would be a disservice to welcome international students in Canada knowing not all of them are getting the resources they need to succeed in Canada and having them return home disillusioned and disappointed in Canada's education system.
Busia asema mutie nyina o se eyade a open work permit ayede ma spouse no eyade a otwam na otwam a undergraduate for wa okoye postgraduate masters doctorate phd no ne ade nyina eyade a still na obetumi e the wife ene wo ma akọ eno ena UK for aye bia sisi ano eya ebuaba mo na Canada for nso esuesua UK en connected na UK ube degree kra utumi e the wife eno ye kan say nkwada eba ena omutwitwa asa ade nim na afen so 2022 2023 nyina na ya ade a masters fo nyina etumi de omo wife eba ebewura 2024 o see isi ano so watwam isi ano agye so be research any PhD abusia ebi na Canada nso de ba isi watwa undergraduate eya omo mko colleges no abusia na chese okode a nko na wokọ enya ade a wode wo yere ebekọ tima mu chusu colleges no eya ade a wokọ wi a edl a obenya postgraduate aye adwuma aye but open work permit so the wife ebekọ ne de untumi ete ho no consider nanka first no na medwin say UK for ena na aye ntina obi aba me say Canada is the best but say ano okoya undergraduate eye colleges no ne ade mo amebema mo some schools bi some koye carpentry courses ne yi no onko na wokọ enya ade obetumi de obi aka ho akọ na emom okoye masters okoye doctorate PhD no ne ade a eye ade obetumi ede ho kafo akọ. The last sentence I can no or say this thing no it is not to attack international students but it is for their betterment eho ena okaye ebusia sasem we say no se oduadua mu ye pa de ade metumi aka kire wa ne say the open work permit no wa wonte ase no eye ade bi at say the ma spouse into your friend open work permit o spouse no nya de obe ye job application ka wa wanya school mu kwan akọ Canada no na o wife anase ukunu na what is ade na e de ama no into open okwa adwuma bia otumi eye bi e wo Canada ankanya afi na okọ job bank ne ade e wo Ghana na akọ prepare mai dabi eti yesi ano se wodi degree e kwa sesi ano enya ade obetumi nti hye ho den mo amu degree mo pese mo sakoye another degree no de metimi aka kire wan say masa for masters erem 1 year masters koye amanfo wo degree na mo de 4 year degree asako because o monim some koye 4 years na o metra ho na o masanya postgraduate tin na instead so be koye 1 year masters pe no o se dabi me ya 1 year masters amenya 1 year postgraduate eti me koye another 4 year degree masa se onkwa okọ no afa wife ankwa so betua school fees no ebetimi aya asem ama wa gise be sika e wo fie naturally ebi ana sika e wo fie enti mesrew eya na eho no so ma consider sisi ana enema nte se kane no what as the first day nka obetumi the wife akọ na wife so atena ho 4 years abra wusuan de be si undergraduate enya de the wife beko enti ho no mama yen hye so na yen sesa ye say plan B na wasa ye fa enti ma mo degree no mesrem mo nyina mo apply masters mo mo SHS ayi ne diploma ne ayi no don't let this discourage you. Emma way encourage you. Time I by UK University. Na still na degree for man na masters for pen so still na man for be degree or UK. Emma way embu abem so shana to me akwa your calculations ye. Say school no can say college no $10,000 Canadian dollars be now be to me a tria. What I say to me when it tria 4,000 will feel like 6,000 no kwa. Oh yeah juma bia e idea will to me a tria. It is a one for wife and Emma enum bu abem so Ghana. Because you see UK aye tare Canada so na abaye say unya ye can say unya scholarship fine you are good to go and I say unya loan to say empower no money there then you are good to go and no be ma wo ho ahan because nanka spouse no aye oyere no ono nanka ekwa akọboa wo mo amko colleges no enti mo nhye den ewo ho osa eka bibi say mo amwo school mu dada ewo Canada amawie school mo eko extended to mo postgraduate no so unya fa wo yere maaya emra we nya de be count still na betumi akofa wo wife anaso betumi akofa wo kunu aba ti mo Canada mo tie me say wo the study permit ko we wie school na we extend ko postgraduate na still na betumi akofa wife aba enya de be count ena mo student visa so impomo a sisi mo school mu no ade still na say even September ne bakra wo betumi akofa wife aba because emra ne bae no na ukura student visa dada anasa study permit dada na mo afi na mo kwa akọje September for no mo na mo nhye de me wonso obi bisa say na ma apply me visa me nsan kan ebe kam ya na eno de I cannot say anything because in the statement, or see those who are exempted are people wishing to extend. They can't extend and just say omoko postgraduate. They are extending from their student visa to postgraduate, and those already on a study permit. But who apply for visa, no, you are not already on a study permit. It is an statement in meaning your more discretion. Say beka wana enka eno de mean to me. But the mechanism says see ye de toto on the grounds they are. Any a more Canada says your musua de any or more postgraduate no. Omo ne betumi abefa omo wife ene ye kan say aba. Eno mpokra no college level asem ena meka. Or masters ni PhD a we no nyina emfa wo ho. Sa afi na wo ko se wo mu dado ade obetumi edo wife. Ebusuya we ene nsem a abobo aba every Canada we breaking news na eba ya tips and just minya abotre na me ne wo abebiebiem enkakra ma menkyerɛ wade kakra IRCC mefa we enya mu bonus na mefa nkyerɛ wade IRCC esa tips and just de ye ba ha bia ya na ye pese yesua de omo Canada sisi ano ade omo extend enema bi ama wo mo sisi a omo pese omo introduce ade be friend work permit 3 years 2 years school automatically na qualify for work permit abra unko open work permit what I say nka wie ya nya fe na akɔhwɛ LMI na LMI ne ma wayi na deben dabi isi omo pese omo de ade bi ba se nka akɔ Canada school a wie ya automatically once ukra ho certificate in there wo work permit 3 years nanka watena ho aye adwuma eno so moma yen kɔhwɛ sa ade no IRCC no release na moma yen hwɛ eno so you can say information we say we update no 21st let us say ade be 22nd no enra 2 days ago and all this asem no ebaye na before that no now we make some allegations be now explaining the reason why increasing the threshold the bank statement from 10,000 Canadian dollars to 20,634 35 Canadian dollars said the muhu no right and to say I started from January 1st they say oko school I know what to say or bank statement no akosro and also can ho asem and I feel so the waiver of 20 hours per week limit on number of hours no once say Canada for okwa ade we student utumi some hours bi na we adwuma na the tutor school fees no and also what say what the waiver be about 20 hours ne so na eno na oka bibi say or extended to April 2024 to say no still now extended only reflecting that many current students are relying on working more than 20 hours per week to cover their expenses and potentially jeopardizing their studies, right? We will continue to examine options for this policy in the future, such as expanding off-campus hours for international students to 30 hours while in classroom. Yes, I'm buying the same. 20 hours and so on because 20 hours and no one they rely on it to pay their fees or more expensive expenses near their day. Or say obey to me atum krako 30 hours, right? Or so obey to me they will examine that thing. They will examine it said by obey to me crack atum 30 hours. And also good news are ever and time be na you can't bad news no kwa. And yama be bre so and also the full bin so aba was had the full bin so aba away a distant learning normally ade to unya ho a na wakọ me the link no to YouTube caption ase me the link na to ho unya ho click so call IRCC a ubetumi akan abusia osaka bibi or say in response to the labor market right during the pandemic I won't say if we be postgraduate work permit and na meka ho asem no na uwie postgraduate na mefa no say akọ school or Canada 1 year 1 year postgraduate near the amount 1 year 6 months 1 year 6 months postgraduate it am for bisa me wo life is tips na me call we na sa postgraduate ewu a de na me say ewu a you go to the labor market next say time no you move from the postgraduate to the LMI right na na easy amount because number 1 when you have certificate number 2 when you have work experience into getting an LMI and I was at Canada where it's getting LMI and it's easier for you to move from that postgraduate no to the LMI na edidimu wakonya PR and a permanent resident. And on 2020 COVID time and 2021 COVID time no or the policy be by say because of COVID now or to me enough work no money ade or extend postgraduate no by 18 months. Not just in school ni we ebi akoye 1 year master program and 1 year undergraduate and the postgraduate nema 1 year. Nanka we out me apply additional 18 months. Let's just say wasama 1 year 6 months class a pay so and no say wa ended by December 2023. It not just a January enyadia ebekoso. Enyadia ebekoso. Enti eno na wasi those with postgraduate work permit expiring 2024 who haven't transit to a permanent resident will need to determine if they are eligible to apply for another work permit, another type of work permit, or they will leave Canada when their study expires. Let's say a person can say, what trust I didn't move for that extension because of COVID by anything. They see, I know wow, postgraduate work permit I expire 2024. Now we nyanko PR, we nyandu PR no. There we will be determined say obeko another type of work permit. Another type of work permit and the employer specific work permit. You cannot LMI and on a Ghana for Kora APB. It will also be one of pre home. And as we decide this is where you know you will leave Canada, right? It's another buy no. Aka ewo ho nti eya na mahye eno nso eso eya na mahye no nso se eya ade a sisi ano wajai sa extension no ebusua oka bibi na eho na mehu se wasa aka bibi se sisi ano let me see se was our page we say let me see oka bibi na eya me de pa ewo ho na eya me de ewo ho baby, I will say can we school automatically ubenya work permit. Yeah. Or say graduates of masters and other short graduate level programs. It is a wow masters and postgraduate work certificates no. Once a certificate in your undergraduate certificate and a postgraduate certificate. Timo amokoye masters ni postgraduate certificates no money. You will soon be eligible to apply for a 3-year work permit. What I say? Under the current criteria, the length of postgraduate work permit is based solely on the length of the individual study program. To say, currently, so 1 year masters, or 1 year masters, 1 year postgraduate, but or say very soon you'll be eligible to 3 years. 3 years. Not just say, oh, okay, asempa ntinka koye 1 year masters now I'm out 3 years. Na asema osaka ya ye me there me hunu ni say enche ebi kura ade ebe chekura na ode aba ne say. Or say this 1 year na ye de ma wono. It hinder the master graduates by limiting the amount of time they have to gain work experience and potentially transition to permanent resident. It was so be ba ebe yes masters no nya 1 year na. Sa 1 year postgraduate na ye de ma no and so wo it mean mo nya the enough skills and experience. Oh, aban we say adwin international students ho pa. Eno ti na opese o this 3 years na eba. And number 2, sa 1 year no so no intimi for mo permanent resident because ebia na sa province ho no. E was a we adwuma be 3 years. Ti nipa ni we school na o ye adwuma 1 year pe under the postgraduate no. Aka ni 2 years bi. Enti ono a intimi fa ne nko PR. Ena ono nso kra na esi na akwa to say ohun se o say ekọ Ghana. Na e was so force no ho ekope LMI ekoye adwuma kakra wo LMI ne so ansa na watimi adu PR iti aban ne se wo hwese nka obeye 1 year masters kra ubenya automatically ubenya 3 year work permit ebetumi ede wakopie mu permanent residence we enso asem da aba Canada ebusia me wie me life ya ade me short videos aye you can say summary of ade ya discuss e wa ha say key points especially Saturday we say e was no so called viral na man for to say asem de especially man ko masters ya sha say the near future the near next month no eba no ade aban no beba bonte no abeka say that policy has been implemented and kay nyina ye bebo yensem ama Canada aban no ebusuya mede mano besi say oh YouTube na say oh question bi a ade a obetumi e de ato na tips and just me answer me we are TikTok for so meba ho na ade a mede me answer mo obviously tips. How do we identify the public schools from Reverend Justice upon into Ajiman? Reverend, so person who the postgraduate can say sorry. Person who the public schools now. Even any public schools in Nina or mom DLI no na ebema with the postgraduate work permit. Was a DLI school no or sign a year heart the programs no ema we eligible for postgraduate. Iti who consider public schools no kwa emwa consider public school oye DLI fine omo nyina DLI into consider DLI schools ne program corona okwakoye no say school no ema wakwenya say obeye ubenya the postgraduate work permit no na ye canon one I think say my mom school be let me take you to the canada.ca quickly na me share say metumi enya some of the schools no ebi e de amamwa yeah let me see something PGW, postgraduate work permit. Just give me a minute. Oh, immigration, citizenship, student permit. I was just a minute. Na me famura ho. Schools, they are being listed under the visa portals. Oko Canada dosia. Ho na be hu schools ni nyina e wo ho. Aha. All right. So let me show you something. Let me show you something over here. Especially more YouTube, no. Let me show you something. Am I projecting this tab? Okay. All right. So this is the IRCC, right? Immigration Citizenship. You can say IRCC. And I'll be apply for a work permit and as a visa be a Canada. Now apply visa and I'll school. Now apply postgraduate. A 2% who's a school no a qualified. Now be kwakoshe. Enti oko IRCC de be am the link in mamu. Oko right. Oko IRCC na kwahwehwe study permit. Enti oko on say study no ya study bi wa ha say. Good. Now I click study ne so ma zoom na mo amani nya no mo hwe ne ye. It is study bi and wa ha say no. Yeah, so study we say no about study ni so. About study ni so ebeba my wife and I okay aba. Right? Into bo get a study permit. Na wabo get a study permit ni so. But ana say obeba from kra obonzo waje during your studies and after graduation. Eti ehon obetumi akan we say why studying stay at work after you graduate. Inti ha say ni hia me ehon na postgraduate ni wo. Stay and work in Canada after you graduate. Eti ehye study na say enimu ha no say obi school no and a higher so we school. And to stay and work after you graduate, no click so idea obemao the meaning of postgraduate work permit. I ho and who schools no, right? I ho na who schools no. It was a find out if you are eligible for postgraduate. Now I click so find out if you are eligible. Obeka say you may be eligible for postgraduate if you graduated from a DLI, right? And you want to stay. This is the list of the DLI. It was a check the list of DLI to find out which school have eligible programs because DLI doesn't automatically make you eligible for postgraduate. What I say? Into DLI no, you DLI almost schools no, almost programs no ma eligible. Into click so na aba. Into beba down ha. Oba down wa. Obeka cho say na walk right. Number 1. Choose your province. Province kura school no ewom. Now find the DLI number. Now fi sa hwese ubenya postgraduate. Enti ahase mefa ne say College of North Atlantic omo Newfoundland, right? Enti meba Newfoundland eho no omo wo. Tinma click Newfoundland. It is school sa wo Newfoundland ni nyina be list aba. The DLI, what's the DLI no? Omo DLI number no nti on. Aha na DLI number ni nyina wo, right? So omo postgraduate abonse watch yes, no. Especially Academy Canada. No, right? Into any postgraduate, but oye DLI. Enti na me person mo share so one hwe ya sa de na be real. Into Academic Canada or a public school oye DLI, but on postgraduate, it is a no. Center for Nursing Studies on my postgraduate, yes. Into the DLI number and a wohono. College of North Atlantic, yes. In fact, more campuses baby, more campus ni nyina yes. Nti sani de school no. Don't go on the school portal. Rather go on the IRCC. Use that same method. And search for the school. Call province cross school no na echo down. School no na say yes. Because I binding a debema when you school in a debema. School no de we ya no awo kunsa. What certificate no be amount. Set any abinding koka. Iti aban ne ho na wo se wo kwohwe se empo school na me kɔ no me wi aban ne e postgraduate no e be ma me ana onfa ma me iti mesra mo e ya mo nhye ne nso right iti wa school nim no on se your next e wa ha no on se bia wa bo page 2 other schools nso sa beba utimi ko page 3 on other schools e wo ho to say grander flight training debe and also yes on my postgraduate right Kevin College no right Kevin College no iti Memorial University of Newfoundland yes Memorial University yes yes. Nti na wa hye ne so. Eti Newfoundland the schools enhye de ni ho. But o select province B et say Ontario and I say Alberta. We a lot of schools to call Ontario DLI schools ni bebre. Ebi no Dawson Ontario no, right? Academy deben no no, right? So use that method no na efa determine or postgraduate. Mint me search ma but I can teach you how to search for it. And on a match on. So use that same method. Na obia into me enye ne. All right. Obi say is public college private partnership agreement affected as well? That is what I said, right? That is what I said. So if you go to a private school now, we affiliated to public college, we school na nyade abenya postgraduate. Even though says public school no omoma postgraduate no, it will not happen. Inti ano na meka no current na me buy ya o question, all right? Inti yaka ho asem. Also tips. So if you get an undergraduate program to do for 3 years, after completion, total number of postgraduate will be how many years? 2 years, right? So the rule is okay, 1 year undergraduate, and as a postgraduate, 1 year a year, you qualified. 1 year postgraduate, whether undergraduate, whether postgraduate, 1 year, right? Okay, 9 months are 9 months, 8 months are 8 months. Oh yeah, 7 months are unqualified, 6 months unqualified. Into program be a free 8 months ekobia you qualify. But the length of program no, do 8 months cook. Ubenya 8 months postgraduate. Okoye 9 months, ubenya 9 months. Koye 1 year, ubenya 1 year. Koye 1 year 6 months, ubenya 1 year 6 months. But okoye 2 years ubenya 3 years. Tieni okoye 2 years ubenya 3 years. Okoye 3 years ubenya 3 years. Okoye 4 years ubenya 3 years. It free ho could be free 2 years ekobia no. 3 years now ubenya. It is me answer question here. You get 3 years, right? You get 3 years. All right. Also, can I write ILET and leave the bank statement or both? Na ILET in the bank statement today. Happy better if I obey. ILET in the bank statement. Me patch ILET in the school requirement. Bank statement no. Embassy in a budget, right? Schools in the business bank statement. You won't even say you are going to write ILET and leave bank statement. Ebasa visa on Sanka, right? On Sanka. All right. Mamu Bisamu School, what about Mount Allison? Mr. Wakoye research, Mama, the way to search for it. So Adams, Hamdia, go on the IRCC, the same method, right? If you video ni playback, you're going to see it. Tips, please. So those of us applying for College of North Atlantic, can we still apply or we should wait for attestation process? Apply, get admission, contact the school on how Newfoundland can give you that attestation, right? Yeah, just get admission before apply to the school. All right. And I think there are no more questions. Obviously, I am now applying for CNA with SHS. So will I be able to send my wife? Nope. You cannot send your wife. However, if you do a program more than 8 months, you will get a postgraduate work permit. So don't worry. Tips when you fully scholarship, maybe when you have a school right? When you have a fully scholarship, will it cover your tuition and accommodation or only the fees? So it depends on that scholarship. Now minimum the different types of scholarship, your partial scholarship, your full tuition scholarship, and your fully founded scholarship. It is a full tuition scholarship. It covers only the tuition fees, but a fully founded, let's say some monthly stipends there. Then you don't need a bank statement. Because aban no de nti oje bank statement ne kyerɛ sɛ wobɛtumi atua office ɛna afei nso wobɛnya sika a wode bɛtɔ aduane ɛde behind dan ɛno nti na wɔsɛ nya 20,000 Canadian dollars no ɛto bank account for maintenance. It is a scholarship now wobɛnya, especially Akufo-Addo scholarship. Mehyɛ mo ɛnyɛ Akufo-Addo dea, Ghana scholarship. You see Akufo-Addo na ɛwɔ so nti ameka na Akufo-Addo scholarship. ɛno no sɛ wokɔ Ghana scholarship secretariat hɔ na wotumi kɔyɛ interview na ɔmo ma scholarship na ɔmo no every month bi ɔmo ma stipends ne kyerɛ sɛ aban ne bɔ akɔnhoma every month bia. Iti ɛba ne saa na wonya saa scholarship ne bia, you don't need a bank statement. And one say what is our scholarship letter no ato so and will give the visa to you. It is scholarship no baby abekwa kwagene ɛyɛ ahwɛ sɛ be cover ne nyinaa either the tuition and now say with accommodation. And yes sir, you will provide the scholarship, now you will still provide a bank statement to cover your maintenance. All right. Emmanuel say tips, nice to see you again. Nice to see you to I'll say currently I'm enrolled in term 3 or Toronto. All right. I'll be applying for postgraduate this September. Will I be yes. You are eligible if only the school gives postgraduate and your program gives postgraduate. The government never said about postgraduate. So the only thing he said about postgraduate is for the private schools who are doing partnership with public schools. So if your program is a DLI school, a public, and it qualifies you for postgraduate, don't worry, you are still eligible, right? Think about your wife, and even you can send your wife because you already have a postgraduate work permit. So, sorry, you have a student visa, so you can take your wife. Yeah, it doesn't affect you. Can I get a job application that does not require IELTS? Yeah, there are some jobs on the LMIA that do require SHS. You can use your SHS certificate to prove your English or your English proficiency letter if you have a degree, the LMIA. But piloting program, no, you need IELTS. Express entry, you need IELTS. All right. Tips: can I apply for 7 year with my 7-year-old WASI result? Yes, you can. Even if it is 10 years, you can. But if they don't accept the English on your WASI, they have to write IELTS. So they do accept academics, but sometimes since it's more than 5 year, you completed 5 year ago or more than 5 year, if you have a degree, you have to attach it that after I graduated from secondary school, I furthered my education to do a degree program or a diploma program. And so they were still teaching me in English. And therefore, you can attach that English proficiency letter that you take from your training college or university to your WASI, and they're going to accept as English proof. But in terms of academics, you can even use 20 years WASI as academics. They don't care. Once you've graduated from SHS, they will accept it. The issue where you encounter problem is your English proof. That is why I've given you the solution. Can you get LMIA to travel? Will I need a bank statement? No, sorry. When you get LMIA, you don't need a bank statement, right? You're being sponsored by your employer. Do you have a phone number? No, I don't use a mobile phone. I use a laptop and YouTube. Thank you very much. I want to do a personal support program, which is 1 year diploma. Will I be eligible? So go and look at the university and look if the university gives postgraduate work permit after school, right? If they are eligible, because 1 year do qualify you according to the rules. So it is up to the school to go and see if the school is eligible, right? Tips: have you done videos on Germany schools? No, I've not done videos on Germany. I've done videos for Germany, Schengen visa and job seeking visa. If you want to enter Germany and search for jobs, go with the job seeker visa. And if you want to just travel for tourism purposes, go with the Schengen visa. That can take you to not only Germany, but other 26 Schengen areas, such as Italy, France, Portugal, Spain, Slovakia, Slovenia, Luxembourg, Lithuania, Malta, Czech Republic, Portugal, Netherlands, and a whole lot of countries around the Schengen areas. I had admission last month. Can I go with my wife? And I still need attestation? Since you had admission and you're going to apply for the work permit this year, it means if it is undergraduate, you don't qualify. You don't qualify because you are doing it this year. So if it is undergraduate, you don't qualify, and you will need attestation from your provincial nominee. Provincial attestation. All right. My email is there, tipsandgist@gmail.com. Just send me inquiries that are critical. Don't send me general inquiries, right? If you send me general inquiries, I may not answer because of my work schedules, my workload in the UK. So I do scan through the emails and see those who have critical issues. When I talk about critical issues that you cannot really bring it to the public, right? Like a guy contacted me that he has HIV/AIDS, and will he be able to travel? Such case, the person cannot comment over here. So I'll have time for you. But if you just chat me my mail, now tips, can you recommend some schools? Don't do that. You are supposed to ask me here. I recommend it, and everybody hears some, not you alone to benefit. So if I see that such messages, I don't respond because it be like I'll waste my time on you, and you only benefit. The media do not benefit. So if you have general inquiries, you are supposed to type it here, then I give you a reply. Any inquiries to my mail should be critical and at least something that we say that this is very private. All right. Tips: have you done a link up? Hope to do a link up, as I'm a general nurse and want to study in Canada. All right. So the link up is just through my media handles, right? TikTok is people are here listening to me on TikTok. YouTube and Facebook, you can just link me up over there. Anytime I come live, we're doing colleges, universities. You can look at some programs, right? College of North Atlantic do offer practical nursing, right, for 17 months. So you can go and do that program. If you can also go to universities to do degree and other programs, it is also going to help you. The difference between practical nursing is it is equivalent to certificate nurse in Ghana, right? It is not up to the RN, the registered nurses level. So you have to consider that. And it is being done in the colleges. If you want to go and do degree, few colleges offer that. Most of them, you have to go to the university to do that. Um, Please, the link to postgraduate again. It is the I've embedded right in the YouTube caption, right? You can see a link. It will take you to the Canada.ca. When you go there, click on the immigration and citizenship, search for student permit or study permit, and then you will look at that right over there. I think you are even being answered over there. Samuel just answered that question for you. Please, I was refused and waiting for explanation. Can I be affected? Oh, if you get the report and therefore you are able to do administrative review without doing another application, then you will not be affected. But if they ask you to apply again, let's say you have even deferred your course to May 2024, then you'll be affected. You cannot take your wife along, right? The affection is only for the spouse. The spouse is the only problem over here for undergraduates, right? And make sure you don't go to private school to get a DLI. To get a postgraduate work permit. Please, a health assistant clinical with experience of 5 years. Should I apply for caregiver or what? It depends on what you want to do. So if you are a clinical health assistant clinical, you can go and do practical nursing. They pick from secondary level. You can also do care assistant programs in some schools. They are all nice programs, right? It depends on if you want to enter the nursing field. You can do practical nursing, later upgrade to become RN, and you go forward, right? Or if you want to go under the care, you can also do that. I have student visa already, but I'm not yet in Canada. How do I secure a job? You have to move to Canada before. Tips: created a resume and cover letter on my perfect resume, but I cannot download due to payment. Yeah, you have to pay with your MasterCard, right? So either you subscribe for the monthly. I think the monthly basis is $17 or so, right? And the pro version is $59. So go for the $17 and you can download the whole month any CV and resume that cover letter that you do. If you want to download it one after the other, it is going to cost you because they are going to charge you $4 per one. So I'll encourage that you subscribe for the monthly version. I'll end here, and we have just 3 minutes for me to end. Then I will attend to those people on TikTok. Tips: do you have any videos about scholarships in Canada? Nope, I don't have scholarships, especially for undergraduate, because most of the colleges, they don't give you scholarship whilst you're in Ghana, right? You only get it when you go to Canada, you enroll, then you apply for it. If you are eligible, they give it to you. So most of the schools, if you go there, they say you give you scholarship when you come to Canada. So please, does it affect nurses undergraduate? What are you talking about? Nurses are not special than other programs. If it is undergraduate, you're not taking your wife, it is undergraduate. There's nothing like nurse can bring their spouse when construction people cannot bring, right? You are all going to do undergraduate programs. And if you cannot take your spouse, there's nothing like I'm a nurse. Does it affect me? No, right? Please, how can I defer my course? If you go to the school, you give them a tangible reason why you want to defer your course, right? If you're in Ghana, you want to defer your course to, you can write to the school that probably due to financial reasons, you're not able to move to the country and therefore you want to defer to the next academic year. I'm waiting for LOA and apply for a visa. Will I be affected? The class is supposed to start in May. Yes, you'll be affected because you are going 2024. Is it possible to change university to college? I don't really know about that. I know there's change of school, but from university to college, it depends on the program that you are going to do. If that same program is being done in colleges, then therefore you can do that change. And don't forget, if you want to change school, you change it on the government portal, the IRCC. That is where we have the transfer of schools and other things. So don't forget, if the IRCC do not approve, you will not be able to change. All right. So guys, I will end here. Another time I'll come live. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and share my videos to others, right? Another time I'll come here. And don't forget, we're still doing our Canada school, how do we call it? Discussions, right? We've done the colleges. Albert came to give us some tips on how he moved to Canada. We are going to cover some universities. And right after we are done, we will learn how to apply for the study permit and therefore move to the jobs, LMIA. Last 2 days, yesterday, Canada was updating their portal. that is the job bank, and it was off. It is back, and there are a lot of jobs over there, right? So those guys who already know how to apply for the LMIA, please rush on the job bank and go and search. New companies are being posted yesterday, 22nd, and today, right? Fresh. Go and be the first person to apply, right? Go and be the first person to apply. Those who do not have any idea, right after I'm done with all the schools and everything, I'll take you back to the job bank and teach you how you can create a job bank account, teach you how you can find the LMI jobs, teach you how you can get their emails of the employers and send them mails. But please learn how to do a CV and a cover letter right here on the YouTube. Do yours and keep it, right? Prepare your cover letter and your CV so that when I give you the companies, quickly you apply. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.